What nobody tells you about battle-proven rifles is this. Reliability isn't marketing hype. It's measured in frozen bolt carriers that still cycle, barrels caked in carbon that still hit target, and receivers dunked in saltwater that keep firing. Today, we're counting down 8 platforms that redefine what unstoppable actually means. These aren't safe queens. These are workhorses built for the worst conditions you can imagine, and they thrive there. From AK descendants to special operations favorites, these rifles earned their reputation in mud, sand, blood, and fire. Number 1 might surprise you. Let's go. Number 8. Zastava Zipap M70. Cold-forged barrel, bulged trunnion, chrome-lined bore. This is Yugoslav engineering stripped down to one principle. It has to work, always. Chambered in 7.62 by 3.9 mm, 16.3-inch barrel, 10 pounds 2 ounces loaded with a 30-round magazine. Long-stroke gas piston system, the same mechanical DNA that powered AK platforms through 50 years of conflict across 6 continents. Zastava didn't reinvent anything. They perfected it. The ZPAP M70 uses a bulged front trunnion, 1.5 millimeters thicker than standard AKM specs. That extra steel handles overpressure ammunition without stress cracks. The bolt carrier is machined from a single forged billet. No welds, no weak points, no shortcuts. Serbian forces carried this action through the Balkan conflicts. It cycled through mountain snow and valley dust without cleaning for weeks. Independent testers buried test rifles in wet clay for 72 hours, then fired them without malfunction. Is it heavy? Yeah. Is the trigger gritty with 6-pound pull? Absolutely. But tanks aren't light either. You're not buying refinement. You're buying a rifle that fires when polished guns quit. The ZPAP M70 doesn't ask for maintenance. It demands respect. Tank-like? Without question. Number 7. IWI Galil Ace Gen 2. What happens when you combine Israeli combat doctrine with AK reliability? Israel Weapon Industries took the Kalashnikov action, added finish accuracy improvements, and wrapped it in modern ergonomics. This isn't your grandfather's Galil. This is 40 years of battlefield evolution compressed into one platform, chambered in 7.62 NATO, 16-inch cold hammer-forged chrome moly vanadium barrel, 8 pounds 6 ounces unloaded, 25-round magazine capacity, long-stroke gas piston with adjustable gas regulator, runs suppressed or unsuppressed without tuning. The receiver is machined from steel, not stamped. The barrel is free-floated for accuracy, but retained by a mil-spec profile that handles sustained fire. 2-position adjustable gas block lets you tune cycling for different ammunition or suppressor back pressure. IDF special units fielded the original Galil in Lebanon, Gaza, and the West Bank. The Ace Gen 2 maintains that combat lineage while adding M-LOK accessory mounting and AR pattern ergonomics. Trigger brakes at 5.5 pounds, crisp enough for precision, heavy enough to survive desert sand. It's not cheap. Retail pushes $2,000, but when you need a rifle that thinks like an AK and shoots like an AR, this is your answer. Built for war, available for you. Number 6. IWI Tavor X95. At number 6, IWI Tavor X95, 18 inches of rifle in a 26-inch package. Bullpup configuration puts the action behind the trigger. That means full-length barrel performance in a carbine-size frame. Urban operators love it. Physics doesn't lie. Chambered in 5.56 NATO or 300 blackout, 16.5-inch cold hammer forged chrome-lined barrel, 7 pounds 9 ounces unloaded, 30-round Stanag magazine, long-stroke gas piston system with a rotating bolt. The Tavor isn't new. The Israeli Defense Forces adopted the TAR-21 in 2003. Since then, it's seen combat in Gaza operations, counter-terrorism raids, and border security. The X-95 is the evolution. Shorter, lighter, better trigger. Here's what makes it tank-proof. The receiver is a single steel shell with no separate upper and lower, no wobble, no flex. The bolt carrier rides on dual guide rods instead of a buffer tube. That's fewer moving parts, fewer points of failure. Does it take practice? Yeah, reloads are slower. Ejection is right side only unless you swap parts. But try clearing a vehicle with a full-length rifle, then try it with the Tavor. You'll understand why compact doesn't mean compromised. This rifle doesn't ask permission, it performs. Number 5. Sig Sauer, Sig 716. When you need 308 power in a modern package, Sig Sauer's Sig 716 is the answer. Sig took the AR-10 platform and Swiss engineered the hell out of it. Tight tolerances, overbuilt components. This isn't a budget build. This is precision brutality. Chambered in 7.62 NATO, 16-inch chrome-lined barrel with 1 in 10 twist rate, 9 pounds 5 ounces unloaded, 20-round magazine, short-stroke gas piston system, no gas blowback to the receiver, runs cleaner, runs cooler, runs longer. The barrel is cold hammer forged and rated for sustained fire schedules most semi-autos can't handle. The bolt is machined from carpenter steel and proof-tested beyond SAMI specs. The gas block is pinned and staked. It doesn't walk. It doesn't loosen. SIG tested the 716 at their New Hampshire facility through 25,000 round endurance cycles. Accuracy degradation at round 20,000 was less than 1 MOA. That's not marketing, that's documented engineering. At 10 pounds loaded with optic, this is a heavy rifle. Recoil management is solid, but 308 is 308. You'll feel it. But here's the thing, when you need to punch through barriers, reach beyond 500 yards, and keep shooting after other rifles overheat, the SIG 716 handles it without drama. Tank-like? Absolutely. Number 4. FN FAL. Born from the ashes of post-war Europe, refined through 50 years of combat, and still running strong. The FN FAL. The right arm of the free world. Chambered in 7.62 NATO. 21-inch barrel on the standard model. 16-inch on the para variant. 9 pounds 7 ounces unloaded. 20-round magazine. Tilting breech block. Short-stroke gas piston, a design so reliable it armed 90 countries. Fabrique Nationale designed this rifle in Belgium during the 1950s. It saw action in the Falklands, Rhodesian Bush War, both sides of the Cold War proxy conflicts, and is still in service today across Africa and South America. British forces carried it through Northern Ireland. Argentinian conscripts froze with it in the South Atlantic. It cycled in jungle humidity and desert sand. Here's what makes it bulletproof. The gas system is adjustable for different ammunition pressures or fouling conditions. The bolt carrier is massive, over-engineered by modern standards, but that mass absorbs recoil and keeps cycling under punishment. The receiver is machined from steel forgings, no polymer, no stamped sheet metal. Is it heavy? Yeah. Is it long? Absolutely. But this rifle was designed when reliability meant national survival. 70 years later, it still delivers. If you need unstoppable, this is it. Number 3. Springfield Armory M1A. At number 3, the Springfield M1A. American heritage meets modern manufacturing. This is the civilian semi-auto version of the M14, the rifle that bridged the gap between the M1 Garand and the M16. It's been defending freedom since 1959. Chambered in .308 Winchester or 7.62 NATO, 22-inch barrel on the standard model, 18-inch on the SOCOM 16, 9 pounds 8 ounces unloaded, 20-round magazine, rotating bolt, gas-operated action derived from the Garand's legendary reliability. The M1A uses a long-stroke gas piston that runs the length of the barrel. That keeps heat and carbon away from the bolt. The op rod is one-piece chrome silicon alloy steel. The bolt locks into the receiver, not the barrel extension. That's old-school overbuilt engineering. U.S. military veterans know the M14 action. It served in Vietnam, Somalia, Iraq, and Afghanistan as a designated marksman rifle. Navy SEALs used it for decades. Army snipers trusted it when optics went down. Springfield manufactures these in Illinois with investment cast receivers and precision broached barrels. Modern production tolerances make these rifles shoot better than original GI issue M14 rifles. When you want a .308 battle rifle with 70 years of combat validation, the M1A is the American answer. Built for war, available for you. Number 2. FN SCAR 17S. When SOCOM writes the requirements, FN delivers. This rifle exists because U.S. Special Operations Command needed something better. They got it. Chambered in 7.62 NATO, 16-inch cold hammer forged chrome-lined barrel, 8 pounds unloaded, shockingly light for .308 power. 20-round magazine, short-stroke gas piston with adjustable regulator for suppressed or unsuppressed fire. The SCAR, Special Operations Forces Combat Assault Rifle, was purpose-built for the worst conditions on Earth. FN engineered it to survive desert sand, saltwater immersion, sub-zero Arctic temperatures, and sustained full-auto fire. The civilian 17 is semi-auto only, but the action is identical. Here's what makes it exceptional. The barrel is user-changeable in under 5 minutes without tools. The bolt carrier rides on 4 hardened steel guide rods. The gas regulator has 2 settings, normal and suppressed. The charging handle is reciprocating but folds flat. The stock adjusts for length of pull and cheek height. U.S. Army Rangers, 75th Ranger Regiment, and JSOC units deploy with SCAR variants. It's proven in Helmand Province, Ramadi, and every desert hellhole where rifles go to die. If you want the rifle that Special Forces trust when failure means death, this is it. Number 1. Heckler & Koch HK416. Number 1. Heckler & Koch HK416. The standard every other rifle gets measured against. This is the rifle that ended Osama bin Laden. That's not rumor, that's confirmed history. DevGru, SEAL Team 6, carried HK416s into Abbottabad. They trusted their lives to this platform. There's no higher endorsement. Chambered in 5.56 NATO, 16.5-inch cold hammer forged barrel, 7 pounds 10 ounces unloaded, 30-round magazine, short-stroke gas piston system derived from the G36, no direct gas impingement, no carbon buildup in the bolt carrier group. Heckler & Koch built the 416 after U.S. Special Operations units demanded something more reliable than the M4. The direct impingement system was failing in Iraq and Afghanistan. Dust, sand, and sustained fire caused malfunctions. HK re-engineered the AR-15 platform from the ground up. The result? The 416 passed torture tests that destroyed other rifles. It fired 10,000 rounds without cleaning and kept cycling. It was submerged in saltwater, frozen, baked in ovens, and dropped from helicopters. It worked. Germany, France, Norway, and U.S. Special Operations have adopted it. The French GIGN CT unit replaced their weapons with 416s after testing 40 different platforms. They chose this one. Is it expensive? Yeah. $4,000 civilian market. It is hard to find, but when lives depend on it, this is what professionals grab. Tank-like doesn't begin to describe it. This is the benchmark. This is the standard. The HK416 doesn't just run like a tank. It defines what that means. 8 rifles, 8 different approaches to one goal. Unstoppable reliability. From Yugoslav steel to German precision, from Israeli combat doctrine to American heritage, these platforms prove that tank-like isn't marketing. It's engineering, it's testing, it's decades of real-world punishment. So here's the question. Which one would you trust when everything goes wrong? Buried in mud, frozen solid, covered in sand? Drop your answer in the comments. Stay sharp, stay prepared.